Hey everybody, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Hope you enjoy the video. And in this video, we are going to take a look at, first of all, it's a two-part series. This is the first part of that series. And we're going to take a look at the top four defensemen and rank them in the Atlantic Division and the All-Canadian Division. And it's looking like it's going to be an All-Canadian Division almost certainly for next season. But we'll take a look in the Atlantic as well. We're going to do it all in one video. I usually break that up, but because it's more than likely going to be an All-Canadian Division, I thought, well, let's put them together and do it all in one video. So we're looking at the top four defensemen, and we're going to rank them from 8 to 1 in the Atlantic Division, from 7 to 1 in the All-Canadian Division. And before we get to that, if you're a Habs fan and you are looking for Habs content on a daily basis, give me a subscribe down there and ring that notifications bell. And that's going to get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. And while you're down there maybe doing that, you can give a thumbs up if you like the video and leave me any comments you may have about all of my, whatever I have, my rankings, whatever I'm saying here. Leave me any comments you may have in the comment section. Okay, so we're going to start out with, so this is the Atlantic Division. They're in order. I've only listed the teams once because there are 3 crossovers in the Atlantic Division and the All-Canadian Division. So anyways, that won't be a problem for you guys. So we're going to start off with the Atlantic Division and Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins, they are, let me see, I got 2 papers here. Let me make sure that I got the right one. Matt Grzelcyk, I think that's how you pronounce it, Matt Grzelcyk. Charlie McAvoy, Jeremy Lauzon, Brandon Carlo, John Moore, Connor Clifton. That makes up like the top 6 right now. Zdeno Chara has not signed yet. We don't know if he's retiring, if he's going to sign. So you got Grzelcyk, McAvoy, Lauzon, Carlo. That's basically your top 4. Not good enough. That's going to be their Achilles heel right now. They lost Torrey Krug and really haven't replaced them with anybody of that caliber. So I don't know how that looks. You probably got to figure maybe Boston adds here somewhere before the season starts. Next up, Buffalo. Rasmus Dahlin, Colin Miller, Rasmus Ristolainen, Brandon Montour. That's their top 4. Dahlin, definitely a great defenseman. Young. Rasmus Ristolainen gets a lot of points. I don't think he's great defensively, but also rumored to be traded every year. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know anything about Colin Miller, Brandon Montour. Okay defenseman. Not a top 2, I would think. Don't know if he's a top 4 legitimately or not. I don't know enough about him, but okay. They also have Jake McCabe and Henry Yokiharu is also there. It's okay. I don't think it's the best defense in this division, but it's decent. Dahlin is really good. Ristolainen is steady, and the other 2 guys I imagine they're okay. Like I said, when I don't know something about somebody, I'm going to try not to talk about it and say, oh, I know this, and I don't, if I don't know anything. So there you go. Next up is Detroit. Detroit with Patrick Nemeth, Philip Hronek, Danny DeKeyser, and Troy Stetcher. They've also got Mark Stahl, and you never know with Mort Seider, the guy they drafted, I think the same year Caulfield was drafted. This is going to be a good defenseman. He may come up and make it into the top 6, maybe the top 4, so you don't know. This is a young defense, rebuilding defense. I say young. I think Hronek's pretty old. But basically young, Mark Stahl, Hronek, experienced. It's better than they were last year, but how much, I don't know. Next up is Florida. Florida's got Mackenzie Weegar, Aaron Ekblad, Keith Yandle, Marcus Nudivara, don't know much about him, Anton Strawman, Radko Gudas, who I think are going to be the 3rd pairing guys. It's okay. They're rebuilding there in Florida, so I don't know what to expect out of these guys. How effective they'll be, we'll have to see. But Florida, I don't expect them to be too high on this list at all, actually. There's a lot of experience there in Florida with, Gudas has been around, Strawman, Yandle, Ekblad, but I just think on a rebuilding team, I don't know how effective that'll be. Yeah, like I said, I don't really expect them that high. Now, I said that I don't expect them. I know where they're going to go, but can't say right now. Next up is Montreal. Montreal's got Ben Sherratt, Shea Weber as their first pair. That's a big dominating defense. First line. It's going to be tough to play against them. Next, you got Joel Edmondson and Jeff Petrie, another two big guys. Petrie got the offense. Edmondson good and steady. More offensive than you think. It's a mobile defense. It's going to be a good defense there. You've also got Romanov probably coming in. More than likely, you can say Romanov's going to make this team. Does he make it beyond the third pairing? I don't know. This is a really good defense. You can kind of expect him to finish up there high. Next up, Ottawa. Ottawa with Thomas Chabot. He's going to be he is really good defenseman. Nikita Zaitsev, probably Eric Brandstrom, Josh Brown, I don't know much about. You've also got Eric Goodbranson there, Mike Reilly, and they drafted Jake Sanderson. I don't know. I think Sanderson's going to play in college, but I don't know. Maybe he'll make it. He's going to be a really good defenseman. Ottawa, one of those, they're getting better. They're not going to be great this year. They're getting better, but I don't know if it's going to show in the standings this year. Next up is Tampa. Is it Tampa Bay? Yes, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay with Victor Hedman, maybe the best defenseman in the NHL, you could say. Eric Chernak. I don't know, is he signed? I think they have to sign him. Mikhail Sergachev, who they just signed today, it was announced. They signed him, I think, for $4.8 million AAV for, I didn't see how many years. I did, but I don't remember. Let's put it that way. So Sergachev is signed, can't be offer sheeted at this point. So that's news that just came out today. I'm filming this on Wednesday. What day is it? The 25th today. So they also have the very experienced Ryan McDonough. You also got Braden Coburn and Luke Shen, I imagine, third pairing. That's a really good defense. They won a Stanley Cup. Very good, big, good, solid defense. I don't know what else to say about him, but Hedman, what can you say? He's probably the best defenseman right now in the league. If not, he's one of the top three. So there you go. Plus, they signed Sergachev. That's really good for them going forward. And yeah, I don't see a drop-off with Tampa Bay. Next up is Toronto. I've got Toronto's guys listed here, if you're wondering, because that's the All-Canadian division. Toronto, Morgan Reilly. TJ Brody, who they just brought in, should be a good addition. Jake Muzzin, got some good grit there and talent. Justin Hall, I don't know a lot about. Rasmus Sandin, he's young. Will he make the team and stay on the team the whole season and be in the top four? I don't know. They added Zach Bogosian. This is a better defense than they were last year. I think this is a good defense, mobile. TJ Brody's going to help a lot with help Reilly a lot on that first pairing, I would think. I think they'll finish pretty good. Now, we'll go to the All-Canadian division, and then we'll rate them. So we're going to do both divisions, and my dog agrees that I should do this. Yeah, Ray likes to get involved and give her 2 cents. Okay, so for the All-Canadian divisions, I won't really go over to the teams that we already talked about, but Calgary's up first. Calgary, they have Mark Giordano, Chris Tanev, Noah Hannafin, Rasmus Anderson. Imagine that's their top four. I don't think they're going to bring anybody else in. I don't know. They also got Jussi Velimaki, Oliver Killington. Don't know much about them. This is not a defense I know a ton about. Giordano is good. He's getting old, I do believe, though. I know Tanev. I know more about his brother than him. Noah Hannafin, they made the trade to Carolina to get him. And who's the big guy there in Carolina? I can't remember his name. He's decent. I don't know. Rasmus Anderson, I don't know much about. The other two guys I don't know much about, so I don't know a ton about their defense, but I don't think this is a great defense right now. I think that could be where they need to get improved there, Calgary. Next up, Edmonton. Edmonton is going to be missing Oscar Klefbom. He's out, I think, the whole season, but he's definitely out long term. That's going to be a problem for Edmonton. They have Darnell Nurse, great defenseman. Ethan Bear, good, solid. Caleb Jones, don't know anything about. They got Tyson Barrie, who went over free agent after playing in Toronto. Should be good, get some good points there. I'm sure that's why he went there, to play on the power play with McDavid and Draisaitl and up his points. So offensively, good. Barry, I don't think he's great defensively. You got Adam Larson there as well. Chris Russell, know nothing about these guys. They're going to miss Clefbaum. It's going to affect their defense as far as in this listing, because I don't think he's coming back at all. If he's coming back, it's going to be very late in the season. So I don't know if they're going to replace him with anybody. So far, not. So we'll see how they turn out there. Montreal, Ottawa, we already talked about. Toronto, we already talked about. Vancouver with Quinn Hughes, the newly acquired Nate Schmidt. That should be a big help, not help, but that should be a improvement, I guess, on the back end. Schmidt and Hughes should work well together, and should be pretty good pairing. You got Alex Edler, having Schmidt and Hughes. That's going to probably ease the load of Alex Edler. He's getting older, and that's going to be great. Tyler Myers, he's okay. Can he play a little better than he did last year? Offensively, I know he's good, but I think he's suspect defensively. They've also got Ollie Ulolevy. Is that how you pronounce it? Ulolevy. And Jordy Ben, who used to be a Hab. Getting old, that's third pairing for sure. Don't think those guys will make it into the top four. That's a pretty good top four. That's a good top four. Next up and last up to talk about right now is Winnipeg. They have Josh Morrissey. Been there a while, and a good, steady, solid defenseman. Dylan DeMello came over from, I think, San Jose. Also was in Ottawa to San Jose to here. I think that's how it went. Good defenseman. Nathan Beaulieu used to be a Hab. He's okay. Not a top. I don't know if he's a top four, really. Neil Pionk, acquired in the trade for Trouba, came over, did really well, did a lot better than anybody actually thought, I believe. His numbers were good. They did a good job there in Winnipeg. The defense played way better than anybody would have thought. They also have Derek Forbert there and Tucker Pullman. Don't know much about those guys, to be honest with you. But this is a very underrated, I guess, because they did a lot better than anybody would have thought. And I don't think they added, did they add DeMello? Not sure when they got DeMello, honestly. But this is you're probably going to look at it and they'll be rated low, but they'll probably finish higher because that's what they did last season. Who would have thought that Winnipeg could even be in the playoffs after losing so much on their defensive core? And they did pretty good. So we get to the point where we're going to list everybody and see where they go. We're going to do one for each at a time, and there's two instances where the team finishes in the same spot on both. The only difference is in the first one, 8 and 7, so we'll even it up as we go along. And that team that finishes last on both sides for me is Ottawa. Ottawa, they're getting better, but you know, when Sanderson makes it there, they got another young kid. Let me see what I got here for Ottawa. Brandstrom, if Brandstrom makes it up there and stays there and is solid, I mean, they'll be improved. And over the next couple of years, they are going to be improved. But I don't know how it shows for this season and if you're going to notice it that much. The team will be better, I think. But, I mean, how much yet? I don't know. So they're top and they're bottom on both. Next up on, we'll even it up. So we'll go on the Atlantic Division side. Number 7, I have Detroit. So Detroit also, I think, is improved. You've got, I don't know much about Patrick Nemeth. I think he's been there for a couple of years. Philip Hronek, he's the experienced guy. He's getting on the older side, I do believe. But he's a good defenseman, definitely. You got Danny DeKeyser, been there also for a while. Troy Stetcher just came over from Vancouver. So this is a top 4. I don't know. You can also throw in Mark Stahl. And then if Mort Seider makes it, this guy's going to be a good defenseman. If he makes it and can crack the top 4, that can improve the Red Wings. But I don't think they go up much higher if they go up. So that's Detroit number 7. Back down to the All-Canadian. And switch papers. You know what? Just go here with this. Number 6, Winnipeg. Like I just said, I know I talked them up. I'm spelling horribly here. My writing is horrible. I think I've got them rated low, but I think they've got the possibility definitely to finish a lot higher than they were. And I just have to check something. And I had to stop for a second. As you saw it, I went to check my oven because I'm cooking my supper, and I unplugged my microphone, and I have a bad habit of not replugging, and I was just checking that. Just funny story. I don't know if it's funny for you guys. So I was talking about Winnipeg. They've got potential to finish higher here, but I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out. They definitely did play better than anybody would have thought last season. We'll see if they can do it for another season. So now we'll go do number 6 on the Atlantic Division side. I've got Boston. I think Boston's going to suffer on the defensive side, especially if Chara decides to retire and doesn't re-sign with them. I think that's going to be a big problem. You got to figure Boston's looking to add somebody to help, but I don't know who they're going to find that's going to play first line, first pairing, and replace Krug somehow. I don't know where they're going to find that. So I think Boston's going to kind of suffer on the defense, and we'll see what they do. Next up, after Boston, we're going to go down to the All-Canadian Division, and in number 5 is Calgary. So Calgary, I think, let me check out the roster. Giordano getting older, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he's like 34, something like that. He could be older. I don't know much about Tanev. Noah Hannafin, good solid defenseman. I don't know much about the rest of the guys, but this is not a star-driven defense. I think they could make some changes there, and I think legitimately they finish in number 5 in the All-Canadian Division. Number 5 in the Atlantic Division for me is Florida. Florida's rebuilding. They've got some experience there. Guys have been there for a long time. Let's take a look at Florida. And you've got Ekblad. You have Mackenzie Weegar. I don't know if he's a top 4 really, but he's not a first pairing guy in my opinion. Keith Yandle, been around a long time, can put up the offense. Kind of, I think, on the declining side a bit, but it's rebuilding. So I don't know what he's going to do this year, but definitely capable. Strawman and Radko Gudas, I think, are third pairing defensemen. I don't know if they move up. Gudas, I would have liked to see if Montreal was going to reach out for a right side defenseman on the third pairing. I was talking about Gudas earlier in the year, so I like him. I don't know how much of an effect he'll have there to bring them higher. But like I said, they're a rebuilding team, so you can't really expect them to be finishing near the top, and I've got them at number 5. At number 4 for the All-Canadian team, I have Edmonton. So as I said, Edmonton with missing Klefbom. That's going to be big. Klefbom is their big guy. He's going to be out for a really long time, if not all season. That's going to be huge, and it's going to have a big effect on where Edmonton plays. I don't know, finishes. I don't know if they're going to bring somebody in. Darnell Nurse, good solid defenseman. Tyson Barrie, he's good for the points. Not as good on the defensive side, but still, he's a top 4. Ethan Bear, Caleb Jones, I don't know enough about them, but they're really going to miss Klefbom, and it's going to have an effect, and I think they're going to finish at number 5. At number 3 for the All-Canadian team, and for the Atlantic, number 4 for the Atlantic Division. Almost forgot that. That's Buffalo. So Buffalo with Rasmus, is it Rasmus Dahlin? There's a lot of Rasmuses. You get confused. Rasmus Dahlin, going to be a great defenseman. Is this his big year? I don't know, but he's a good solid defenseman. Ristolainen, like I said, gets the points and very capable. Montour, same thing as far as being an experienced defenseman. I don't know anything about Colin Miller. I think they could use another big guy to have a good top 3. You might have Dahlin, Ristolainen, and maybe they bring somebody in. I don't know. But, I don't think they finish near the top. But, Buffalo, 4th place, not bad. Right in the middle of the pack. Next up for number 3, it is the same on both lists, and that is Toronto. Toronto, who have improved their defense, there's no doubt. Let's read them off now. Morgan Reilly, we could have had him. They Habs passed up on him. I can't remember from when they picked Sherbak. They passed up on him 1 year not that long, whenever he was drafted. TJ Brodie, they just brought in TJ Brodie, experienced defenseman, going to help them on the left side, playing with Reilly. They need that. Jake Muzzin, also another experienced guy, bit of a sandpaper guy as well. Justin Hall, don't know a lot about him. Zach Bogosian just won the Cup with Tampa, moved over here. Or was it that he won the Cup or he was on the losing side? I'm not sure if it was Detroit, Dallas or Tampa that he came from. Rasmus Sandin, young guy, drafted just a couple of years ago. Is going to be a good defenseman, but we'll see if he cracks the lineup and stays for the whole season and makes the top 4. So this is an improved defense. Defensively, they were good offensively, but they're improved defensively, definitely. So we'll see how much that makes. But I've got him third place on both lists. Number 2 on the All-Canadian. Are we at number 2 on the All-Canadian? Number 2 at the All-Canadian, Vancouver. Vancouver. I think with Quinn Hughes and Nate Schmidt on that first pairing, that's going to be huge for them. They're going to be a good pairing. You got Alex Edler, solid, experienced. We know everything he can do. Tyler Myers, also experienced, solid on the offensive side. I think he's a little suspect on the defensive side. Jordy Ben, solid third liner. Ole Uo-Levy. I don't know a ton about Uo-Levy. I hear his name a lot. Don't know a ton about him. But I think this is a good defense, and it's going to just be a good defense. I think Schmidt coming over is going to be huge for them. I really do. Next up is number 2 on the Atlantic is the same as number 1 over here, and that is the home team, Montreal, on the All-Canadian, and Montreal on the Atlantic. Now, I know a lot of you are going to agree with me because we're Habs fans. Now, if you're from a different fan base, you might say, oh, he's just a homer. You know what? I don't think so. Not with the defense. The defense is quite solid here. Ben Sherratt, Shea Weber, they're going to be tough to play against, to get close in on the net. This is a big problem Montreal had, keeping the net, the area around Carey Price clear. I think they're going to improve that on both the two pairings, top 2 pairings, because Edmondson, big guy, going to clear the net, definitely. Jeff Petrie, great transition. Offense is there, very steady offensively the last 3-4 years. And I just think that's a great top 4. And I don't care if you want to say I'm a homer. Montreal is going to finish in the top for the defenseman. I don't mean that Montreal, the team, might not finish in the first. I'm not saying that, but this is the top 4 defensive core for the team. And I really do believe in an all-Canadian division, Montreal has the best defensive core. Now, that leaves just one, and that's, I mean, you can just look at it and see who's missing, and that's Tampa. So Tampa Bay, having just won the Stanley Cup, their defense is quite good. Let me get to the right page here. And you're looking at Hedman, like I said, could be the best defenseman in the league. I'm not sure. Chernak, Sergachev, who they just signed, young, coming up. We know because we had him in Montreal and traded him away for Drouin before he came onto the team and actually showed us what he got. I hate when that happens. They've got Ryan McDonough, also an ex-Hab, traded him away just like Sergachev way back in the Bob Gainey days. So, yeah, that's a good defense, and I think they're the best in the Atlantic Division. And they're going to be up there when I do the whole league. It's probably going to be up there, which is it's coming up soon. I'm going to do this for the whole league, so hopefully you'll check that out. That's my video. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. Let me know in the comment section where you disagree with me, because I know people are going to disagree with me. That's without a doubt. Just be nice about it. Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, give your reasons and what you think. And if you're new to the channel or you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe now. Ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. And I want to thank you all for watching. And please stay safe out there. And I will see you very shortly on the next video, live stream, and all that kind of stuff. So peace out, y'all. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. See you next video.